Yo, chat, you feel me? I'm in my bag, you're in my Duffy. This ain't no music reaction. Once again, this a regular vid. Today we're gonna be reacting to urban legends that turned out to be true by fuck this nigga named Zerk. Zerk, I hope I ain't say your name wrong, gang. Gang, if you want me to upload this bitch, just let me know, gangster. I delete this bitch on my baby. Just let me know. But shit, let's get into it, man. We're gonna be just checking this out, you feel me? Make
Hello
sure y'all got
everybody and
y'all.
welcome back to a brand new
Hello.
video. So
Make
the
sure I
last
got
one
y'all
of these
Jing.
did absolutely crazy. I have no idea why. But seriously, thank you so much if you did watch and
This shit
support that
just
video. It
randomly
means the
popped up
world
on
to
my
me.
page,
And the fact that it's almost at like
recommended.
700,000 views, I'm not sure what it's at when this goes up. Hello, this is Editing Zerk, just jumping in real quick. The video just surpassed 1 million views. I remember when I made this, I was kind of stepping out of my bubble a little bit. I was really nervous about how it was going to perform. And I had so much fun making it that I was worried I wasn't going to be able to make another one. Luckily, I was optimistically proven wrong, and there's another one for you today. I just want to give my thanks to you guys because seriously, I wouldn't be doing this goofy little YouTube thing if you guys weren't watching. So sincerely, from the bottom of my heart, thank you guys so much. And yeah, let's go look at some creepy urban legends. Now, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to drop some bad news on you. This video will be the final video in this series. I know it's only been 2 parts, but there are not a lot of urban legends out there that are actually true that are somewhat interesting. I know in the thumbnail I have 3 different pictures of 3 different things, but in this video we're gonna be going over probably like 6. Yeah, enough wasting your time. I hear ya, I hear ya.
Yo, reverse clickbaited niggas. Yo, only put what the fuck up with cuz in the middle. Like, what cuz on? Cuz just need a light. You feel what I'm saying? Cuz just need a light. But like reverse clickbaited us, it's gonna be like 6 and bro only put 3. You feel me? That's thorough. You clicking on this video, you get more than what you what you expected. You feel me? That's a great, that's a great, little receipt.
Get into what you came here for, and let's look at some spooky urban legends. So this first urban legend is called the Maine hermit. Now, have you ever seen those stories of people living in other people's houses? You go downstairs one night, you're looking for something to eat, all of a sudden.
Oh my god, yo, y'all don't understand. This is my biggest fear. Yo, chat, I would hate for a nigga to be in my shit while I'm in my shit. Pause. I would hate for a nigga to be in my house while I'm in my house and I don't know they in my house, bro. Like, every time I go downstairs, bro, I gotta check the basement, cause like, what the fuck, bro? Is folks ass down there? Like, oh my god, bro, real rap.
Sudden, the peanut butter has a big hole in the center of it. You live alone and you're like, why would anyone do? I wouldn't do something like that. For decades, people who vacation in central Maine's North Pond area were puzzled by items that would go missing. Batteries and food from the cabinets, flashlights from camping tents. This became a huge rumor and a massive talking point within vacationers in the North Pond area of Maine, striking fear in the ones who camp there or just vacation in general. Unfortunately, the rumors were true. For 27 years, Christopher Knight lived alone in the woods within that area.
What the fuck, bro? Look at folks' ass. Y'all gotta understand, any nigga that got a hairline like this has no morals left. Cause that nigga done already looked in the mirror, was like, damn, I'm cooked. I know what it is. And they decided to not go bald. They looked in the mirror, knew what it was, and decided to keep a little bit of that shit. Do y'all homework on keeping a little bit of that shit? Like, no, just chop it all off if you at this point, bro. I gotta know folks ass was super psycho. Folks ass are super skits, you feel what I'm saying?
He kept tabs on the hikers, canoeists, and other temporary residents of the grounds. When he was confronted by a game warden in 2013, Knight admitted that he was responsible for an average of around 40 robberies a year. So in 1986, at the age of 20, Knight actually left his home and drove to the North Pond area in central Maine. Without any plan or preparation, he decided to live in the forest. So Knight lived in a makeshift camp in the woods near North Pond, and his way of survival was stealing food, clothing, and other necessities from nearby cabins and campsites. He moved only at night, and
what that nigga NASG Chad say, he said, I wasn't good at hustling, but I knew how to take from niggas. You feel me? Real shit though. Hey, he wasn't good knowing how to hustle and go get a battery. He didn't know how to make no shit up. You feel what I'm saying? But he could go steal some supplies. That's nutty. Bro ass was living that bandit life. Fuck you talking about?
Took only what he needed. Because he was so careful and planned out his robberies so perfectly, he wasn't caught for nearly 3 decades. In April of 2013, he was caught by law enforcement while stealing food from a summer camp for disabled people. Come on, Knight. Come on, bro. That's messed up. Thing is, though, when he was captured, there was a mix of emotions within the community. A lot of people felt for him that he was just trying to provide for himself while living in the middle of the woods. And to no one's surprise, a lot of people were very angry over his burglaries. Knight pleaded guilty to multiple counts of burglary and angry over
picture, bro. Like, where they find this nut ass nigga to even be this mad at? Like, fuck type of bro. Hey, look, you look like the perfect white man to be fucking mad. Just look at the camera, mad as shit. You. Nut ass white ass nigga, bro. Like, what's going on in this picture? Why shorty ass so heated? They really got his ass angry. I think they told him some shit that make him really mad before snapping this. Like, this is like genuine angering, bro. Like, fuck is up with cuz
for his burglaries. Knight pleaded guilty to multiple counts of burglary and theft. He was sentenced to 7 months in jail and was required to pay restitution and attend counseling. There was also a book made after him called The Stranger in the Woods, The Extraordinary Story of the Last True Hermit by Michael Finkel. After he was released, Knight actually struggled with reintegrating into society after such a long period of isolation. He received support from his family and mental health professionals to help adjust to his new life. Now, there is some talk online whether this guy is actually a hermit or he's just a career burglar who hid in the woods. It seems to be that there's a disconnect, that he wasn't really a hermit within the woods because he didn't build a farm, he didn't try to hunt for his own food, he would just go and steal other people's. So there was a story on Reddit from 3 years ago by Heart of Darkness. He said, "One of my close friends had a summer cabin about 1,000 yards from this guy's camp. Growing up, she never wanted to be alone at the property because of how many times he'd broken into their cabin. The area is very remote. Think miles and miles of dirt roads through dense woods. And it's unsettling to think that someone was out there watching for decades." So a bunch of interviews that were actually done on this guy basically sums up that he terrorized people with his constant burglaries and he just did not care. He only cared about what he needed. He didn't care about how he made people feel, breaking into their cabin, stealing their stuff. He did not care. And yeah, let's move on to the next urban legend in this video. The next urban legend in this video is the body under the bed. Vacationing couples, newlyweds, Disneyland guests, all have been the subject of an urban legend involving hotel occupants who fall asleep only to wake up to an awful stench coming from either under the bed or inside the mattress. Closer inspection reveals that a dead body has been stashed away, presumably not anyone who has died of natural causes. Now, unfortunately, this has been confirmed multiple times over that this has actually occurred. At least a dozen newspaper stories have detailed hotel rooms that have doubled as a body disposal site. While the smell is usually apparent right away, at least one couple slept on a mattress containing a body in Atlantic City in 1999. Cases in Colorado, Florida, and Virginia have also been reported. To go into a specific case, in 2010, guests at the Budget Lodge in Memphis were horrified to discover they had been sleeping over the body of Sonny Millbrook, who at the time was a missing person. Fabric softener had been stuffed in the ceiling tiles to try and mask the smell. At least 3 other occupants had actually rented the room out since Millbrook's disappearance.
Damn.
Yup, that means 4 people in total slept with her body dead under the mattress, which is just crazy. So at the end of this story, a court eventually convicted Millbrook's boyfriend, Lakeith Moody, of the crime. So if you're ever on a cruise, staying in a hotel, or going to Disneyland, it doesn't hurt to, I don't know, check under the mattress.
Fuck no, dummy, I'ma
so this next urban legend is very interesting. So I don't know if you guys have seen it, but Candyman is a horror film based on the short story by Clive Barker. This movie to me is honestly a masterpiece. Not only is it a great horror movie,
do y'all homework on should I do a reaction to Candyman? I never seen that shit. And do y'all homework on I respect bro and his content, so I'ma only react to half of this video. So I'll probably end it after this one, and y'all gotta go in the link in the description and watch the rest yourself. Cause shout out to bro. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, do your homework.
It's just an amazing film in general. The cinematography is beautiful, the storytelling is superb, and Tony Todd absolutely killed it as Candyman in this film. So if you have not seen it, definitely go check it out. So essentially, the urban legend that goes along with this film is that if you look in a mirror and you repeat the name Candyman several times, he will pop out. So in the film, when this urban legend is taking place and it is being repeated into the mirror several times, Candyman usually pops out of the medicine cabinet. In 1987, the Chicago Reaper published a story about Ruth McCoy, a woman living in a Chicago housing project. She made a frantic and terrified call to 911 insisting she was being attacked in her apartment. Responders eventually found her dead of gunshot wounds. Investigators actually determined that her murderers gained access to her unit by breaking through the connecting wall in the adjoining apartment. And as you can guess, they climbed through her medicine cabinet. The whole entire complex was built like that intentionally, so if there was ever a leak in a pipe or a pipe bursted, the plumbers could go and check it out with ease. And it wasn't the only case in this building. Once this was figured out, it was used as a frequent mode of burglars breaking into people's houses. This one is absolutely heartbreaking, and if I do recall from my research, people actually thought of this woman as kind of crazy, and she would say crazy things and no one took her seriously. And when she called the police, they just did not take her serious at all. They were in no hurry, they were in no rush, and due to that, she was murdered for it. So yeah, this is definitely a downer to read, and it was very upsetting to research this story.
Damn fool.
Now this next one is one that I think about a lot. It is called the fake cop trick. Especially on TikTok recently, I feel like there's been a lot more evidence of this, and just on the internet in general. I don't know if you guys have ever heard it, but maybe your parents have warned you, maybe a fellow peer. But there are talks of people who are faking being police officers to pull people over and either kidnap them or do God knows what. Essentially, it's someone who just throws flashing lights on top of their car that you could just buy off of the internet. And because it's so dark out, you can't really tell if it's a police vehicle or not. You can just see the flashing lights behind you. Well, in Bloomington, Illinois, a man used flashing lights to get a vehicle to pull over. After walking up to the vehicle, the man tried unsuccessfully to overpower the driver before they managed to get away. In Fayetteville, Georgia, a man donned a uniform and pulled over a teenage boy on a bike, forcing him to empty his pockets. No. Talking to the real police later, the boy told them that a second car had pulled up with a man matching the description of someone who had been caught impersonating an officer 2 weeks prior. I remember years ago I saw a story about this, and I'm sorry if I get these details wrong, but I couldn't find it. There was a man and a woman who were traveling in a car, and behind them they saw the flashing lights pull them over. So obviously you're going to pull over, you think it's a police officer, and you're obviously not going to run. The guy walks up to the window and flashes the lights inside of the car.
Why, fuck you? Bro keeps saying, obviously, nigga, I got this Glock with a switch on me. Fuck is you talking? I got this Glock with a switch and a drum mag. Fuck is you talking about, nigga? Of course I'm gonna run. The niggas start flashing that blue and red, I'm out of there.
You're obviously not gonna run. The guy walks up to the window and flashes the lights inside of the car. And as the lights shine in through the window, it aims at the woman first. He then moves the flashlight over and then sees that the driver is a male. The driver of the car notices that this guy isn't really wearing a professional uniform. He said it actually looks kind of cheap or just not a uniform at all. It was kind of dark, he couldn't exactly tell. But he could tell that there was something up with this guy and his attire was not correct. He then looked in his rearview mirror and he saw that the car also had no things on it that would signify that it was a police officer. After the quote-unquote police officer noticed that the driver was a male and there weren't two females in the car, he immediately acted very strange. He became flustered, he couldn't speak correctly, and eventually just walked back to his car without explaining anything, and then drove off. The person telling the story said that he thought that maybe the cop thought there were two females in the car when he pulled them over. It's absolutely terrifying to think about what could have happened if there were two females in the car and what he was trying to do. But yeah, let's move on to the next urban legend.
Alright, fool. I got the whole rest of that video to watch, you feel me? Link will be in the description. Folks says, look, this is the most popular part. You feel what I'm saying? The fuck type shit going on over here? Feel me? This is the most craziest part of the video. This bitch got the most replay, you feel me? So y'all gotta go on the link down below to go watch that shit and really get into it. But yeah, I'm gonna get the fuck up out of here, man. I love y'all niggas. I'm gonna see y'all next time. Peace out, y'all. Be safe.